Life is unpredictable. Challenges arise, betrayals sting, and uncertainty looms. But what if I told you that the key to unshakable strength lies not in reacting but in mastering the art of silence? The Stoics believed that wisdom, resilience, and inner peace come from knowing what to say, what to keep to ourselves, and when to act without words. In today's video, we're diving deep into 10 things you should stop talking about if you want to outsmart the chaos of life and unlock a level of self-control that most people never attain. But here's the catch: miss even one lesson, and you might miss the breakthrough you need. So I challenge you, watch this video all the way through. Absorb every key insight, reflect on each principle, and by the end, you'll see life and yourself through an entirely new lens. Before we begin, if you're committed to mastering Stoic wisdom, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because here at the Daily Stoic Reflections, we don't just talk about philosophy. We live it. Now, let's begin. The power of Stoicism. Life is an unpredictable journey, filled with its fair share of challenges and uncertainties. One moment, everything could be going according to plan, and the next, the ground beneath us feels like it's been pulled away. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when faced with loss, failure, or unexpected obstacles, but here's the truth: how we respond to these challenges defines us. Have you ever experienced a moment when everything seemed to go wrong? Maybe you lost someone you loved unexpectedly, or perhaps your dreams were crushed by circumstances beyond your control. In those moments, it feels as though the world is pushing against you, urging you to crumble under the weight of it all. But what if I told you that instead of being defeated, you have the power to rise above these moments and emerge stronger than before? This is where Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, comes into play. It's not just a set of abstract ideas, it's a practical guide for living with wisdom, strength, and resilience in the face of life's storms. The Stoics understood that life will throw challenges at us, some big, some small, but how we respond to them is what shapes our future. Take for example the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who ruled over the Roman Empire at its height. He wasn't just a powerful leader, he was also a man who faced personal trials. He dealt with the loss of loved ones, faced wars on all fronts, and even experienced illness. Yet, he remained steadfast and composed. Why? Because of Stoicism. In his private journals, known as meditations, Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that he could not control the world around him, but he could control how he responded. Whether it was a betrayal by a friend or the suffering of his people, he chose to focus on what was in his power: his thoughts, actions, and reactions. And that's the first powerful lesson Stoicism offers us: the power of acceptance. Stoicism teaches us to accept what cannot be changed. This doesn't mean we give up or resign ourselves to fate. No, it means we free ourselves from the burden of fighting against things we cannot control. Instead, we focus on the things that we can control: the way we think, the way we react, and the way we choose to show up each day. For instance, imagine a situation where you've just lost a job. The circumstances may be beyond your control, but you have the choice to wallow in despair or take proactive steps to find a new opportunity. The Stoic mindset helps us build the resilience to take action, not because it's easy, but because we recognize that our strength lies in how we handle adversity. This leads to the second key principle: building resilience. Stoicism doesn't teach us to avoid suffering, rather, it teaches us to face it head-on with courage and strength. Every hardship is an opportunity for growth. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. Think about the last time you faced a difficult situation. What did you learn from it? How did it shape your character? These challenges are not there to break us, they are there to make us stronger, if we choose to embrace them. In the end, Stoicism empowers us to live steadfast amidst the chaos. It provides us with the tools to build a resilient spirit, one that doesn't crumble when the storm hits but instead stands firm, knowing that we have the power to control our inner world, no matter what happens in the external world. So, as you go through your day, remember this: you have the ability to remain calm, composed, and strong in the face of whatever life throws at you. It's not about avoiding challenges or pretending that life is always smooth. It's about facing those challenges with the unwavering belief that you have the power to not only survive but thrive. In the following lessons, we'll dive deeper into how Stoicism can guide you through life's toughest moments and how you can use its principles to build a life of wisdom, strength, and serenity. So, stay with me till the end, because this journey is just beginning and the wisdom we'll unlock together could change your life. First key, don't talk about your challenges. In a world where we are constantly encouraged to share our struggles, to express our hardships, and to seek sympathy, Stoicism offers us a powerful alternative: don't talk about your challenges. At first, this may sound counterintuitive. After all, don't we need to vent sometimes? Isn't it natural to want to talk to someone when we're struggling? The answer is yes, it's natural. But Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies not in expressing our difficulties, but in confronting them silently with patience and perseverance. Think about it. When life knocks you down, your first instinct might be to share your pain, your frustration, or your anger. You might want to tell your friends or family everything you're going through. But what happens when you do? Sometimes, expressing your hardship amplifies its impact. By talking about it, we bring more attention to the problem, often making it feel even bigger than it really is. We feed into the narrative of suffering, allowing it to take root in our minds and expand. Imagine you're dealing with a difficult situation, maybe it's a personal loss or a professional setback. When you share it with others, you invite their sympathy, their opinions, and sometimes even their judgment. Now, not only are you dealing with the challenge itself, but you've also opened the door to external validation of your pain, which often magnifies the sense of helplessness. But Stoicism offers a different approach. It teaches us that resilience isn't about complaining or seeking sympathy, it's about how you handle adversity in silence. Let me share an example. Picture a seasoned warrior on the battlefield. His armor is dented, his sword worn, but he doesn't cry out in pain. He doesn't shout about his wounds or ask for attention. Instead, he keeps moving forward slowly, with steady steps, focused on his mission. His strength doesn't come from the outward expression of his struggle, but from his internal determination to persevere. This is the Stoic mindset. True resilience is about silent courage, not loud complaints. When faced with difficulties, the Stoic chooses patience over panic and perseverance over panic-driven action. It's about knowing that you don't need to prove your struggle to anyone. You only need to face it with resolve, understanding that the storm will pass, but your ability to weather it defines your strength. Think about how much easier it is to focus on solutions and growth when you don't waste energy talking about the problem. When we stop giving so much attention to our challenges, we free up space to take action. The quiet strength in facing adversity head-on builds character, enhances self-mastery, and enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and dignity. Remember, expressing your difficulties to the world doesn't make them go away. In fact, it can sometimes make them feel more overwhelming than they are. But true Stoic strength lies in how we handle hardship without seeking attention, in how we choose to remain calm, composed, and resolute, no matter the storm we face. So, the next time you encounter a challenge, remember, don't talk about your struggles, let your strength speak for itself. Embrace the challenge quietly, with patience, perseverance, and unwavering resolve. The silent courage you show will be your truest testament of strength. Second key, don't reveal your secrets. In a world where transparency is often celebrated, Stoicism reminds us of the power of discretion. There is an undeniable wisdom in knowing when to keep things to ourselves. Don't reveal your secrets carelessly, because doing so can lead to betrayal, misunderstandings, and even a loss of trust. But why is this so important? At the core of this Stoic principle is the idea of self-control. The ability to hold on to what is private, what is sacred to you, and to protect your own inner world is not just an act of caution, it's an expression of wisdom and strength. By choosing not to reveal your secrets too freely, you're exercising a level of self-mastery that many overlook in the pursuit of external validation. Think of a treasure chest, one that holds the most valuable things in your life. Your secrets are like the treasures within this chest. The world may try to pry it open, to take a peek inside, but only you hold the key. When we share our deepest secrets without care, we open that chest to others, and they may not treat it with the same respect we would. This can lead to betrayal, misuse of trust, and damage to our most valuable relationships. Let's consider a personal example. Have you ever trusted someone with something deeply personal, only to see that trust violated later on? Perhaps it was a close friend who betrayed your confidence, or maybe your trust was mishandled in a professional setting. When we share our secrets too freely, we leave ourselves vulnerable to others' actions, and not everyone will protect our truths as we would. Betrayal and loss of trust often stem from moments where we revealed too much too soon. However, self-control in holding back certain secrets doesn't mean we never share anything. It means we share wisely, knowing when and with whom to disclose important details. Think about the strategy of a master chess player. They don't reveal their next move too early. They wait for the perfect moment, for the right time to strike. Similarly, some secrets should be shared at the right time and with those who truly deserve to know them. The key here is wisdom, knowing that not all things need to be shared immediately. Some information, some emotions, some plans should remain with you until the moment is right. In the right context and with the right person, sharing can lead to deeper understanding, growth, and connection. But only when the time is right. Timing is everything. In Stoic philosophy, there's a valuable teaching about objectivity. When our secrets are exposed or shared without our consent, instead of reacting impulsively, we can view the situation as an opportunity for growth and learning. How did we misjudge the person we trusted? What can we learn from this experience? Stoicism encourages us to perceive events objectively, rather than getting caught up in the emotional whirlwind of betrayal or regret. In doing so, we build inner strength and self-awareness. In the end, the strength lies in our ability to guard our inner world. It's about knowing what to share and what to keep. Trust is a fragile thing. Once broken, it's not easy to rebuild. By learning to keep certain secrets close to our chest, we're not just protecting ourselves, we're demonstrating self-respect, wisdom, and personal integrity. So remember, while sharing can be an important part of building connections, it's just as important to keep some things to yourself. Use discernment, share wisely, and understand that not every part of your journey needs to be known by others. Your inner world is yours to protect. When you do share, ensure it's for the right reasons, at the right time, with the right people. Third key, don't talk about your achievements. In today's world, it's almost second nature to want to share our accomplishments, whether it's a promotion at work, a successful project, or any milestone we've achieved. After all, we've worked hard, right? So why not celebrate? But Stoicism teaches us a different approach. Instead of seeking external validation, Stoics encourage us to look inward and measure achievement not by the praise we receive, but by the growth we experience. True achievement, according to Stoicism, isn't about the accolades or recognition we receive from others. It's about the quiet, personal progress we make, how we evolve as individuals, how we cultivate wisdom, resilience, and integrity in our everyday lives. It's about the person you become, not the trophies you collect. Imagine a gardener named Liam. Liam tends to his garden every day, planting seeds, nurturing them, and patiently waiting for them to grow. He doesn't boast about the hard work he's put in or flaunt the beauty of his blossoming garden to others. To him, the real reward is not in the attention his garden receives, but in the satisfaction of seeing the plants thrive because of his careful nurturing. Liam finds joy in the process, not the recognition. When the harvest comes, and his garden blooms, he doesn't shout about it from the rooftops. Instead, he quietly enjoys the beauty of his labor, knowing that the true value of his work lies in the effort he put in, not the applause from others. This is a powerful lesson in humility. Stoicism teaches that true achievement is marked by internal growth and not the external validation of others. It's easy to seek praise, to want the world to acknowledge your success. But the Stoics understood that humility is the key to true contentment and peace. Humility is not about downplaying your achievements or hiding your successes. It's about understanding that your value isn't defined by the opinions or recognition of others. Let your actions speak louder than words. Live with integrity and let your work show your worth, rather than constantly seeking approval. Think about how much more meaningful your successes would be if you didn't need to share them with the world. What if you found satisfaction in knowing that you know how much effort and growth it took to get there, without needing anyone else to tell you that you've succeeded? The beauty of Stoic wisdom is that it encourages you to find peace in the journey, not in the destination. Stop seeking external praise, and instead, focus on personal development. The joy of achievement lies in knowing that you have become a better version of yourself, regardless of whether anyone else notices. So, the next time you reach a milestone, resist the urge to boast about it. Instead, take a moment to reflect inwardly, savor the quiet joy of knowing that you've grown, and let that be the reward in itself. The true Stoic knows that the most valuable achievements are those that are earned within, not those that are shown off to the world. True success is silent, grounded in humility, and felt deeply within, no applause needed. Fourth key, don't reveal your next steps. In a world where everyone seems to be broadcasting their plans and goals, the Stoics offer us a refreshing perspective: don't reveal your next steps. In fact, Stoicism teaches us that keeping our plans private is one of the most powerful ways to safeguard our focus, avoid unnecessary distractions, and stay committed to our goals. Why is this so important? Think about how often you've heard someone talk about their exciting new project, their big plans for the future, or their dreams of success, only to see those plans fizzle out or never come to fruition. Revealing your intentions too soon can bring unnecessary scrutiny from others, add pressure, and sometimes even lead to doubt and criticism, all of which can derail your progress. Keeping your plans to yourself doesn't mean being secretive or dishonest. It's about protecting your energy and focus. When you're working on something important, sharing it prematurely only invites distractions and outside opinions that may not be aligned with your vision. Silence fosters deep focus, the kind that allows you to put all your energy into the work that matters most, without worrying about others' expectations or judgments. Think about it this way: have you ever seen a chess player make a move without revealing their entire strategy? The best chess players never tell their opponents their next move. They keep their plans to themselves, quietly setting up the game, making moves with intention and purpose. Similarly, in life, the fewer people who know your plans, the fewer distractions you'll have. You can move through the world without the noise of outside opinions clouding your vision. This leads us to an important Stoic truth: success is best achieved through action, not verbal declarations. Words are easy, actions take commitment, discipline, and focus. Think about the people who achieve the greatest success. They often do so quietly, without broadcasting their plans to the world. Their work speaks for itself. Consider the example of a mountain climber who is preparing to summit a peak. The climber doesn't boast about the journey ahead or constantly discuss the challenges they will face. Instead, they focus on each step, each decision, and each movement with purpose and determination. When they reach the summit, their success is clear, not because they talked about the climb, but because they did the work and took the necessary steps to achieve it. In the same way, by keeping your plans private, you avoid the risk of creating premature expectations or feeling the need to explain your every decision to others. You can move forward with the freedom and focus that comes with knowing that your success will come through action, not words. So, next time you find yourself excited to share your next big move, take a step back and ask yourself, is this announcement necessary? Will it distract you from the path you need to take? Will it add pressure or outside judgment? The Stoic path teaches us that true success comes not from talking about your plans, but from quietly and steadily working toward them, undistracted by the noise around you. Keep your next steps to yourself, focus on the work, and let your success be the loudest declaration of all. Fifth key, don't talk about others. In a world full of distractions and noise, gossiping has become a common pastime. It's tempting to talk about others, whether it's discussing their behavior, their mistakes, or their achievements. But Stoicism offers us a profound reminder: don't talk about others. Not only does gossip undermine personal growth, but it also keeps us trapped in negativity and distracts us from the path of wisdom. Gossiping is unnecessary and ultimately counterproductive. It might feel satisfying in the moment to share an opinion or pass along some new piece of information, but the truth is that it does nothing to improve your life. In fact, it usually does the opposite. When we talk about others, whether criticizing them or speculating about their lives, we spend precious mental energy on something that is completely outside our control. And the more we focus on others, the less we focus on ourselves, our actions, and our personal growth. Imagine for a moment, when you gossip about someone, what are you really doing? You're shifting attention away from your own self-development and choosing to engage in something that does not contribute to your happiness or progress. The energy you invest in discussing others is energy you could be using to better yourself. Instead of lifting yourself up, you're spending time bringing someone else down. Stoicism teaches that we should focus on our own actions rather than getting caught up in what others are doing. Each day presents us with countless opportunities to improve ourselves, whether it's how we react to situations, how we treat others, or how we maintain our inner peace. But focusing on the faults or successes of others distracts us from these opportunities. Stoicism emphasizes that we can't control other people, only our own reactions and choices. So, why waste time on things we can't control? By choosing words wisely, we can foster a positive environment, both for ourselves and for those around us. Words hold great power, and they shape the world we live in. Instead of contributing to negative or divisive conversations, we can choose to speak in ways that uplift, encourage, and support. Each conversation you engage in is an opportunity to either contribute to the growth of others or to add fuel to negativity. By focusing on your own actions and encouraging others to do the same, you create an atmosphere where growth, kindness, and understanding thrive. Consider this simple example: let's say someone at work makes a mistake. It's easy to join the crowd in pointing fingers and talking about their error. But a Stoic would ask, how does this situation affect my growth? Instead of focusing on their mistake, the Stoic would choose to remain focused on how they can handle the situation with grace and how they can contribute positively to the work environment. In doing so, they not only avoid unnecessary gossip but also set a powerful example for others to follow. The beauty of Stoic wisdom is that it teaches us to control the energy we bring into any situation. Rather than engaging in idle chatter or gossip, we can choose to channel our words into something productive. Choosing silence over gossip is not only an act of self-discipline but also a way to create a ripple effect of positivity and growth. So, the next time you're tempted to talk about someone, ask yourself, is this conversation bringing me closer to my goals? Is it helping me grow or making me better? If not, then choose to redirect your focus inward. Let your actions speak louder than your words. In the Stoic journey, true power lies in choosing what we speak about and what we allow into our thoughts. Sixth key, don't speak about your good deeds. In a world that thrives on social media likes, applause, and public recognition, the Stoic philosophy offers us a profound lesson: don't speak about your good deeds. The essence of true kindness lies not in seeking praise but in performing acts of goodness for their own sake, without expecting anything in return. When you do something kind, whether it's helping a neighbor, donating to charity, or offering support to someone in need, the real reward lies in the act itself, not in how many people notice or commend you for it. Stoicism teaches us that the value of good deeds is not measured by how loudly they are announced, but by how quietly and selflessly they are carried out. Consider the example of Jack, a man who volunteers at a local shelter to help the homeless. Jack doesn't post about it on social media, nor does he seek recognition or praise for his work. He helps because it's the right thing to do, not because he expects anything in return. For Jack, the joy comes from knowing that he's making a difference, no matter how small. He doesn't need an audience or approval to feel fulfilled. His actions speak louder than words, and that's the true measure of his character. In a world where kindness is often overshadowed by the desire for recognition, the Stoic approach is a refreshing reminder that the true value of good deeds lies in their quiet execution. When we perform acts of kindness without seeking validation, we cultivate a deep sense of inner fulfillment that cannot be found in the applause of others. It's about doing the right thing because it aligns with our values, not because it will be celebrated publicly. Think of the impact this could have on your life. What if every good deed you did was done in silence? Without the need for acknowledgement, without expecting anything in return. When you give without strings attached, you free yourself from the need for external validation and find joy in the pure act of giving. This is the true power of selflessness, a power that doesn't require praise or attention to be meaningful. By choosing to keep your good deeds private, you also allow others the space to see and appreciate them without the noise of boasting. Your example becomes a beacon of inspiration rather than your own need for recognition. In the quiet execution of kindness, you create a ripple effect. People notice the difference you're making, but it's not because you're telling them about it. It's because your actions are genuine and speak for themselves. In conclusion, the Stoic principle of not speaking about your good deeds teaches us that true kindness is measured by its authenticity and intent, not by the applause we receive. Let your actions be your reward. Perform your good deeds quietly and with humility, and you'll find that the joy and satisfaction you gain from helping others is far greater than any external recognition could ever offer. Seventh key, don't talk about your future plans. We've all done it, excitedly sharing our big ideas and dreams with others, perhaps even before we've taken the first step toward achieving them. While it feels natural to want to talk about our goals and future ambitions, Stoicism teaches us that revealing our plans too early can actually diminish our chances of success. Talking about your future plans might feel satisfying in the moment, but it can reduce motivation and lead to a false sense of accomplishment. Think about this: when you announce your goals, you often receive validation or praise from others even though you haven't done the hard work yet. This sense of recognition can trick your brain into thinking that you've already achieved something, diluting your drive to take action. The psychological phenomenon of prematurely announcing goals is actually well documented. When we share our plans with others, we often feel a sense of achievement before putting in the necessary work. This can lead to a lack of follow-through and a decrease in overall motivation. The Stoic approach is different. Keep your plans to yourself, and focus on the work that needs to be done. Silence about your future goals allows you to preserve energy and concentration. By not discussing them openly, you avoid external distractions and maintain control over your own actions, making it easier to focus on the present moment and the next step in your journey. Rather than spending time talking about your plans, spend that time executing them with dedication and discipline. This brings us to a central Stoic principle: living in the present moment. In Stoicism, the present is all we truly control. The past is behind us, and the future is uncertain. The only thing that matters is what we do right now. So why waste time talking about what you're going to do in the future, when you can focus on doing what needs to be done today? Living in the present moment means prioritizing action over words and discipline over talk. Take, for example, a person who is training for a marathon. They could spend hours telling others about how they plan to run the race, share all the details about their training regimen, and boast about how they will cross the finish line. But, in reality, what matters most is not the conversation, but the consistent, focused work that they do every day to improve their stamina, speed, and mental toughness. The Stoic knows that it's the quiet, dedicated action in the present that leads to true success. By choosing not to talk about your future plans, you free yourself from the pressure of external expectations and avoid the temptation to seek validation from others. You give yourself the space to work with discipline, to focus on each step you need to take, and to remain true to your goals. And when you finally reach your destination, your success will feel that much sweeter because it is the result of unspoken dedication, not the words you shared along the way. So, next time you're tempted to talk about your big future plans, ask yourself, am I ready to take action on this goal right now? Or am I simply seeking attention and validation? The Stoic approach is clear: keep your plans to yourself, work diligently in silence, and let your actions speak for you. This is how true progress is made, one small step at a time. 8th key, don't speak about your weaknesses. In a world that often encourages openness and vulnerability, Stoicism provides a crucial reminder: don't speak about your weaknesses. While it's common to share our vulnerabilities in the hope of finding connection or sympathy, revealing our weaknesses can leave us exposed to manipulation and judgment. The Stoic path teaches us that overcoming our weaknesses is an intimate journey, one that is best kept private, as we work quietly to improve ourselves without the need for external validation. Why should we avoid sharing our weaknesses? When we openly talk about our vulnerabilities, we give others the chance to use them against us. Whether it's a colleague who might take advantage of our insecurities, a friend who may unintentionally use our weaknesses as ammunition, or even a family member who might not fully understand the depth of our struggles, the more we expose our vulnerabilities, the more we risk others using them to undermine us. Think about it this way: when you speak openly about your weaknesses, you create an opening for others to potentially exploit them. This doesn't mean we should avoid seeking support from trusted individuals, but it means being discerning about whom we trust and what we share. True strength comes from keeping certain aspects of our inner world private, protecting ourselves from unnecessary harm while still working to overcome those weaknesses on our own terms. Stoicism encourages us to focus on internal reflection and personal growth rather than seeking external validation or sympathy. Overcoming weaknesses is not a public spectacle, it's a quiet, introspective process. By keeping our struggles private, we preserve our mental and emotional energy for growth, rather than spending it on the opinions or judgments of others. Self-improvement comes from the work we do on ourselves, not from how others perceive our progress. Consider a mountain climber working on a particularly difficult ascent. They don't announce every moment of struggle, they don't share their fears and doubts with the world. Instead, they focus on the climb, each step, each decision, each challenge. Their goal is not to gain applause for their vulnerability but to reach the summit, quietly and steadily. The same is true for us in our personal growth. By focusing on overcoming our weaknesses in silence, we create the space to develop strength and resilience, without the distractions of external opinions. The Stoic path is one of self-discipline and self-control. We are in charge of our own growth and must take responsibility for improving ourselves, not through the validation of others but through our own reflection and action. This is why keeping our weaknesses private allows us to cultivate genuine self-improvement, the kind that doesn't rely on external acknowledgement but comes from within. So, the next time you feel the urge to talk about your weaknesses, remember, your journey of self-improvement is deeply personal. It's about facing your struggles head-on, learning from them, and growing stronger without the need for others to witness every step. Protect your vulnerabilities, focus on the work that needs to be done, and let your progress speak for itself. True strength is found in silence, resilience, and quiet determination. 9th key, don't talk about your deepest dreams. We all have dreams, ambitions, goals, and desires that live deep within us, waiting to be realized. However, Stoicism teaches us that we must guard these dreams carefully and avoid sharing them prematurely. Talking about our deepest dreams before they are fully formed or realized can open the door to doubt, discouragement, and external opinions that can hinder our progress. When we share our dreams too soon, we invite others' skepticism. Some people may doubt us, question our abilities, or even discourage us altogether. While this may not be intentional, the external noise can create self-doubt, causing us to second-guess our path. Prematurely sharing our dreams can create a false sense of validation, giving us the illusion that we've accomplished something before we've even begun the hard work. Nurturing our dreams in silence allows them to grow stronger, free from the weight of others' judgments or expectations. Think of a seed planted in the soil. If you expose it to the harsh winds, the bright light, or the curious eyes of others before it's ready, it may wither or be uprooted. But if you keep it protected, shielded from distractions, it can grow steadily, slowly but surely, until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Similarly, dreams thrive in solitude. They need space to develop without being influenced by the opinions or doubts of others. By keeping our deepest aspirations private, we allow them the time and space to mature. Solitude fosters a deeper connection with one's goals, as it removes the need for external validation or approval. In silence, we can truly connect with the essence of our dreams, understanding what they truly mean for us and how we can turn them into reality. The less we talk about them, the more we focus on the inner work that is necessary to bring them to fruition. Take the example of an artist working on a new painting. If they shared every brush stroke and every concept before the artwork was complete, it could lead to unnecessary feedback, and their vision might be altered before the painting was even finished. Instead, the artist works in the privacy of their studio, refining their craft, trusting their intuition, and staying true to their creative process. Only when the artwork is complete do they share it with the world, and that's when the true impact of their work is felt. Similarly, your dreams require that same level of focus and protection. The work required to achieve them happens in the quiet spaces, in the moments of deep reflection and consistent effort. The more you share your dreams, the more you risk allowing external forces to shape or dilute them. The less you talk about them, the more dedicated you can be to the quiet, patient work that is needed. In conclusion, keep your deepest dreams to yourself. Let them grow in the fertile ground of your mind and soul, nurtured by your inner strength and determination. By doing so, you protect them from doubt and external criticism, allowing them to flourish into something real and meaningful. Solitude doesn't just help you stay focused, it helps you stay true to your own path. Trust the process, and let your actions speak louder than your words. Only then will your dreams have the strength to come to life on their own terms. 10th key, don't fear loneliness. In a world that is constantly connected, loneliness has become a feared and often misunderstood state. We go to great lengths to avoid being alone, seeking constant interaction, entertainment, or validation from others. But Stoicism offers us a powerful perspective on solitude, not as something to fear, but as a path to self-discovery and true independence. Solitude is not a punishment. Rather, it is an opportunity. When we are alone, we are freed from the noise and distractions of the outside world, allowing us to reflect deeply on our thoughts, our values, and our goals. In the quiet moments of solitude, we discover who we truly are, unfiltered by the opinions and expectations of others. This self-discovery is essential for personal growth and inner peace. It's in these moments of aloneness that we can begin to separate our true desires from the influences that surround us. Imagine a traveler embarking on a long journey. While they may meet others along the way, much of the journey is done alone, navigating through unfamiliar terrain, making decisions, and reflecting on the path ahead. It is in solitude that the traveler truly connects with themselves, their values, their purpose, and their resilience. They learn to trust their own instincts, to face challenges with clarity, and to grow stronger with each step. Loneliness can often bring about feelings of discomfort, but it is in these moments that we can find clarity, strength, and inner peace. When there is no external noise to drown out our thoughts, we are able to hear the quiet whispers of our soul, the desires, the dreams, the reflections that often get lost in the rush of daily life. Solitude offers us the time and space to confront our fears, reflect on our past experiences, and decide who we want to become moving forward. Accepting solitude means accepting that we are enough on our own. It leads to true freedom, because when we no longer depend on others for validation or companionship, we unlock a sense of independence that can never be taken away. We are no longer swayed by the expectations of others or distracted by the need for constant social interaction. In solitude, we discover our own strength, the kind that doesn't rely on external circumstances but comes from within. Take the example of a Stoic philosopher who spends long hours alone in contemplation, away from the chaos of the world. Rather than fearing the isolation, they embrace it as an opportunity to deepen their understanding of themselves and the world around them. In those moments of solitude, they find the clarity they need to make wise decisions, the strength to remain steady in the face of adversity, and the peace that comes from knowing they can rely on themselves. In conclusion, don't fear loneliness, embrace it. Solitude is a powerful tool for self-discovery, growth, and peace. It allows us to face our thoughts head-on, build inner strength, and find clarity in our purpose. By accepting solitude, we unlock the path to true freedom, where we no longer depend on others to feel complete. Trust in your ability to be alone, and in that aloneness, you'll discover your greatest strength. You've made it this far, which means you're already ahead of most people. You now understand the 10 powerful topics to avoid discussing if you want to cultivate inner strength, resilience, and self-mastery. But knowledge without action is useless. So, here's your challenge: apply just one of these Stoic keys starting today. Maybe you choose silence over gossip, humility over boasting, or focus over distractions. Whichever it is, commit to it and see how your mindset transforms. And before you go, leave a comment below. Speech balloon: which of these 10 keys resonated with you the most? Speech balloon: are you already practicing Stoic silence in your life? I read every comment, and I'd love to hear your reflections. If you found value in today's lesson, smash that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and most importantly, subscribe for more powerful Stoic insights every week. Remember, true wisdom isn't just knowing, it's living stoically. See you in the next video. Stay strong, stay silent, and stay stoic.